Okay, looks like we are live, everybody. My name is Bezad,
My name is Risa.
and we are here from Naked Famous Denim, and this is Snowy, our cat, and he is being a little shy, but not so shy, but because he's not facing the camera, but maybe you'll see his handsome face soon. And we are broadcasting live from Naked Famous Denim headquarters here in Yokohama, Japan, the intergalactic space headquarters of raw denim, and all things raw denim. And we've got another wild and wacky
Wacky.
adventure for you in store for you today.
Sometimes it's wacky.
Sometimes it's wacky. You guys get me riled up real good. You can get some wacky Bezad. Good to see everybody. Another live stream here for you guys. We'll get into the swing of things. A lot of things to talk about. But first, of course, let's check in with the chat, see where everybody is tuning in from. I see BD, the producer, is in the house. It's overcast in southern Ontario. It's Friday evening, which usually means the MIJ10 combined with the Amber Terry Naked Famous hoodie and a t-shirt. Now, last week, early in the live stream, I said I was going to show off BD's battle vest. He converted his Toxic Avenger jacket into a battle vest, and I want to do that right meow, because I will forget if I don't. And so I should do things when I remember them so that I don't forget them. And I had it loaded up on my screen here, but now I don't. Hold on, it's good. Bear with me, because we are going to be showing off BD's battle vest. He's in full battle vest form. Here we go. Look at this. It looks so cool. Okay, Instagram on. There we are. There we are, Mr. BD 24/7 denim. And he's got his modified Toxic Avenger I've been traumatized denim jacket here. Looking pretty cool. I really like the way it looks paired up with the hoodie. It looks great. And if you guys should always follow BD, because he puts out denim content every day, even more than me. More than me. He loves jeans just as much as we do, and he's always got some great fade photos and progress pics to share. So definitely go and follow Mr. BD, and you can see follow the adventures of this battle vest and see where it leads.
Yeah.
All right.
I think when it starts to fade, that'll be very tough looking.
Very exciting. Yeah, I have the jacket, and I haven't faded it out that much in terms of wear, but I have faded it a lot from wash. It has come along. I wouldn't say a long way, but it's come along, and it looks pretty nice, that denim washed. Okay, so I got one thing off my checklist today, so that's that. Well, anyway, we'll go through some more Instagram stuff today too, because I saw some pretty cool posts out there. Nicholas Vilpu says, "Good morning, Snowy." Say good morning. Say good morning. Sergeant Snuggle writes, "Get those likes in for the Snowy cameo." You heard him. Everybody, hit the like button if you like Snowy. If you like Snowy, hit the like button. I mean, okay, let's calm down, because if we all do that at the same time, we might break the internet. So gently but surely hit the like button for Snowy, and we'll continue on.
I wonder what the appearance rate of Snowy is.
That's a good question. That is a very good question. I don't know. Probably a high number. He's always in the background somewhere. Jordan writes, "Hi from Picton, Ontario, wearing my red gradient core today and my new Naked and Famous hoodie." Nice. Good to hear. You know what? Back to Instagram, because there was a beautiful pair of red gradient cores faded for the Cultism Fade contest. I gotta find it. Oh boy. You know what? I was looking through this morning, and I had them all mentally noted. Here, let's just scroll together so you don't just have to hear me talk about it. There we go. Look at these. What a nice looking fade here. And you can really see how those red colors are coming through so differently. Well, maybe not too differently, but you can definitely notice them. Beautiful.
Pairs,
yeah.
Great.
great repair jobs, and so I would say this is a pretty good contender for this Cultism Denim Fade contest. You can see those different different wavelengths of red throughout this jean. A lot of heavy wear, some nice repairs on there as well. Some coin pocket fades. I always like that. I keep a little pack of Tiger Balm often in my coin pocket. Nice little mentholated ointment, in case you got a headache or something. Just does the job.
Turning into the trope of Asian old man.
That's me. I am. That's what I am.
Always smells like Tiger Balm.
You always involve. You turn into your parents one day, and that's just what happens. So a beautiful faded jean here. So if you have some beautiful faded jeans to show off, definitely tag us, and we'll we love to see your progress. And of course, we are very happy to show them off with the community here. I think, anyway, you can see there's some really great ones. Fjord here, he does a lot of good posts as well. He posts a lot. These are his Elephant 11s, and it's a very nice wear on these as well. Very different from the Red Chorus, as you can tell. A classic fade, but a heavyweight fade nonetheless with these really prominent, thick, heavy wear patterns. And you can see the slubby texture of this denim coming through as well.
They put that elephant.
Yeah. Got the super thick patch. He also customized it with a few little elephant patches here. He's got it looks like a Mars Blackman elephant, a version of him. Got the 11 on the back there. Looks pretty cool. I have these glasses. Great job. And congratulations to all the people who made it through the fade. A fade contest is not easy to get through.
Yeah.
No. You think it's an easy thing, but
yeah,
really dedicating yourself to one pair of jeans, documenting it. I need to take a couple pictures a month, but sometimes it just feels like, man, I can't keep up with this thing. I've been part of multiple fade contests over my life, and I always find like when it's like due date for like the photos, I'm like, oh, I forgot to take photos, and it's just one of those things.
Yeah. And it's just like sometimes you don't see any difference, and it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
But then when you see it, and it's kind of like when you're a kid, you don't really, it's like, why do we have to take the same picture every year?
Right. Yeah.
When you look back,
then you see the difference. Yeah. The other thing is, I think part of the fade contest is, it's one thing if I sort of, I wouldn't say subconsciously, but if I like personally decided that I'm just like, these are my jeans for the year, versus these are the jeans for the year that I've committed to wearing in order to create beautiful fades that will compete with others. So like sometimes you feel like there's an obligation, even maybe a day that you feel like wearing a different pair of jeans that day. You're like, oh, well, I better put these on because otherwise, that's a missed fade opportunity. Yeah. Little by little, it all adds up. So I don't want to like not wear them. So sometimes it feels like, oh, I'm just forcing myself to wear these.
Yeah, it's just, it's a, like a little freedom taken away, kind of. Yeah. Even though you're like doing it willingly and you want to do it. Yeah. But sometimes it's.
Yeah. But look, at the end of the day, it's still tons of fun, and I think we all get a lot out of the results.
It's a community thing.
Definitely a community.
You feel like you're part of something.
And I think when you see the other photos go up, it does motivate you. Okay, like. It's like, if you're exercising and, you've got friends who are helping you out, hey, checking in on you. Everybody helping you, we're all going to get there together. Yeah, it could be annoying, right? It could be annoying. It feels like a chore here and there. But, I think the community comes and brings us all back together. And we ultimately, we're all doing it for the fades.
It is an experience. If you're into raw denim, you might want to do it. At least once to see if that's your thing. If it's not, then you can just wear raw denim without any rules. But
yeah, but also, I think some of us out here have a couple of pairs of raw jeans that haven't seen their full potential unlocked yet. right? You know, we own a couple pairs, we wear a couple pairs, but none of them are all like fully faded. And a fade contest really helps you dedicate that time to get, you know, at least one very, very worn-in pair into your collection.
The only downside, though, like, you have to start a brand new stage, obviously, to make it, like, you know, fair to everybody. So it's like you have to have a brand new pair that you haven't worn.
Sometimes I'm gonna presume that there's a good number of people in the chat right now that have a pair or two in their wardrobe that haven't seen wear yet. Okay. Show of hands. If that's you have some jeans in your closet you've never worn, raise your hands. See that? Let that be a lesson to you.
I feel like I don't at this time.
All right. Risa does.
I mean, there are, like, samples lying around and stuff, but, like, my personal pairs, I don't think there's anything that hasn't been worn at least a few times.
I see. All right. Well, we got a lot of raised hands in the chat right now. The SVU, me, hi, Marty. Right, I got one. Chris Lauren says, I keep refreshing that Fox Fiber work shirt page to see if measurements go up. Any day now. Any day now. I don't have an ETA on that one yet. It's one of the few things I don't have an ETA on just yet, but soon enough we will. Arif writes, hands raised multiple times, not enough hands. LOL. So yeah, we know what it's like.
Hands to even tell how much jeans.
We're all in the same boat. You know, we're there. Anyway, we have to encourage each other to wear our jeans, to use our jeans, to enjoy our jeans. 100%. So that's what this is for. This is just a reminder. Fixed Power writes, but what if I'm holding off from wearing them until the next fade contest? Well, that's fair.
A good move.
Yeah, that's a good move. There will always be another fade contest. So if you decide that this is going to be a fade contest pair, hold on to them for that. I would just warn. This is my typical warning. Don't hold on to something for so long that you can't wear them anymore. We're men. Most of us are men. Some of us are ladies. But most of us, not all of us, most of us are aging. There might be a Benjamin Button situation in the audience that I'm not aware of, but I'm not going to rule that out. And as we age, most of us, you know, when we get older, we get taller. When we age, we get a little wider. So that's just life.
I don't think it's just men. I mean,
I covered ladies. I mentioned the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
men, ladies,
it has nothing to do with gender, I don't think.
It has something to do with age, unless again Benjamin Button situation,
or somehow you unlock the key to not aging at all, like staying the same, you know, like some kind of serum that prevents you from aging.
Okay, so in those two circumstances, perhaps there's a third circumstance. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. All I can say is I've learned the hard way that holding on to some things sometimes leads to you not being able to wear those things. And I've learned that a lot.
Peter Pan.
And so Peter Pan, a Peter Pan-like situation, that's true. Okay. So anyhow, we're aware of the outliers in terms of this situation. So if that's you, you don't need to worry about this. But if it's not you, just be aware. Nicholas Vilpu with some great advice. We're men in tights, tights. Shoutouts to Robin Hood, Men in Tights. I think I watched that when I was a kid. I watched that just on repeat. I've watched that movie so many times, a ridiculous amount of times. And the best part about it, I think for me, is I don't know when that movie came out. I must have been in like 4th or 5th grade or something like that. Watching it, you don't quite understand. You know, things are funny, obviously, but you obviously don't get all the jokes. But as an adult, you start to understand all the jokes, and it just never ceases to be funny. Always a great film.
I don't know. It did not resonate with me at all. I know I watched it. I don't remember much of it. I didn't find it so funny. I don't know.
Oh, it was great. It was great. So shout outs to Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Thank you for the laughs. starring a young Dave Chappelle. Young Dave Chappelle. Junior writes, young Dave Chappelle was in that movie. There you go. Mike writes, if we don't get no tolls, we don't get no rolls. Just
a lot of quotes.
Yeah, this is an endlessly quotable film. All right. A writes, when is the Dia de los Muertos collection dropping? Well, let's go over to the product release schedule, which is just a notepad I have on my computer. But this is a tentative schedule. Dates move around, dates change, just kind of based on our production schedule. When things come in, sometimes things get bumped, moved around. So things kind of, it's always a shifting release schedule. But we'll work our way all the way up to Dia de los Muertos. The next release is scheduled for September the 12th. So that's going to be next week on Thursday. The Thursday. I don't know why they call it the Thursday when it's not the third day of the week. Anyway, some linguisticist needs to figure that one out for me. Blue Comfort Stretch Selvage, September 12th. That's going to be a comfort stretch denim. We're going to be dropping a video on that one on Monday for you guys. And then, blog posts and all that great stuff is coming through very soon. And then we're jumping all the way to October the 3rd, where we will have the Elephant 13 Red Core.
That's a big one. That's
going to be a big release. We're going to have a great video for that one. Some beautiful pre-faded jeans for you guys. Vincent's roommate destroyed a pair, just absolutely wrecked a pair, and they look fantastic. So if you guys are looking forward to is this the first crossover? Core Elephant crossover?
I mean, it is 100% the first core elephant crossover.
It's the first.
But
have we crossed over any other styles before?
Elephant with something.
I don't know. I'm sure maybe I don't remember. There's a lot of jeans in my brain, but it is definitely a crossover of series. Core, color core, heavyweight, biggity bam. We've got the Elephant 13 Red Core, October the 3rd. Then the Yagasuri denim, that is October the 10th. That'll be followed up by the Blue Wave on October 17th. Also, October 17th, we got those brushed jungle cloth jackets. I think people will really, really like those. I really love mine. Then October 24th, we're looking at the Halloween Michael Myers Selvage. That's going to be a big one. And then we'll also have the corduroy paisley zip jackets coming out that week as well. And then October 31st, Dia de los Muertos Selvage. So a pretty nice and long list of products coming out in not a lot of time.
Yeah.
October is going to be a very busy month. Very, 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 very scary and very busy month for us. Michael Myers, Halloween Selvage. Last week we talked about sort of how we're going to handle the release, and we're gonna and we'll have the final details out soon, but we will have a pre-release for subscribers. Okay? So if you are a newsletter subscriber, you're going to get a link. And that link will be available the day before. And we're only going to make a certain amount available on the day before. So if you are a newsletter subscriber, you will be able to get early access. And then on the Thursday when we do the release, on the 24th, that will be a general release. But I want to make sure that there at least a good amount of the product is going to be available to people who are, the most dedicated, right? There's going to be people who swarm in, they're Halloween fans. Maybe they're just getting into raw denim for the first time, something like that. that discover the collection and they're interested in it. But of course, you guys are the most devoted, so we want to make sure that you guys, at least some amount of you guys, are able to get them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even if they're not the most dedicated fans, they would have to be in the know. Like, it's not like there's a press release out there, like everybody's aware of. So, yeah, I would think that, you know, everybody who would get it, just in general, access to early access will be kind of interested.
Right.
Really, so.
Yeah, the early access, the general access, here's just, I don't know why, but every time we do one of these collaborations, every single time we do one of these collaborations, it brings out the weirdos. And for some reason, you know, you get enough of, like, I don't know why there's so many fraud orders associated with our collaboration pieces, but like it just attracts, I'm going to call them what they are, terrible people. I toned it down. If that's you and you're watching right now and you're thinking, hey, I'm going to get one over on these guys, do yourself a favor and I'm not going to say it. But you know what
are their aim?
I don't know. But they're just constantly just like a high number of fraud orders that come through when these collaborations drop, and I mean we catch them all. I even caught a guy once. Man, we called his dad on him. And
I think we talked about it.
Yeah, we called his dad. We found his dad on the internet, and we called his dad up. Technically, we didn't call him, but we did message him, and Dad got upset because as soon as Dad got contacted,
I'm sure he wasn't the first time.
Everything turned around real fast, and we were able to get the jeans back. But yeah.
So, if you're listening,
if that's you,
we'll find a way.
Yeah. Pedro, Daddy gone get the belt. Yeah, Daddy took care of business. Daddy was not happy.
Yeah.
Because
Again,
literally we hit that send button and we were trying to reach out to this guy for a while. Like, what's going on? Like, could you not steal our jeans, please? And Daddy found out and everything got sorted out right after that.
And also in general, like, you know, our filters are more intelligence, I think, as a society, we all kind of identify these people together, and then, you know, we just try not to make them
I'm just gonna say I'm like a hound dog when it comes to these kinds of things. Like, it's certainly not worth my time, but I just take it so personally.
Yeah, especially if, like, it's a limited number of things and people are, like, legitimately upset of not getting those things, and, you know, then it's really a horrible thing you're doing. Anyways, hopefully, I mean, I would imagine none of you
you guys are, like Kenny Ingram says, bad hombres.
Yeah, we'll try to avoid that.
Yeah. Hi, Marty F. writes, nobody put Bezat in a corner. No, don't. Don't do it. You don't want to see what happens. I turn into the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, yeah. I thought you would turn into Taken.
Oh, yeah, Taken. That's my go-to line. I have a particular set of skills. Okay. A writes, pretty sure almost everyone here works hard for our Naked and Famous. Good call reaching out to the father. Thank you. Yeah, I like sometimes, you know, there's this one YouTube channel that I tune into all the time called Gas Station Encounters. And it's a variety of gas stations that this company owns. And they highlight, you know, the thievery and robbery and the debauchery that goes on in a gas station. And, you know, as we can all imagine, all kinds of, you know, unpleasantness happens there. And I'm like, to me, I feel like, you know, given the circumstances, like, what is a small business to do if, you're getting, thieveried all the time? At the very least, you turn that bad story into something fun, which most bad stories turn out to be good. Most bad things turn out to be good stories. So they turn these bad things into good stories, and they recuperate their losses through, monetization and things like that. I think it's wonderful. And, every now and then we're not immune from nasty people. And I wish I could make videos about it. I really do. I would do it gas station encounter style, narrate it, and just make it all funny. But
if there's a video, but I mean,
sometimes it's online, but sometimes there's video. And I would really like to tell people to turn themselves into the local police station to have them charged with thieving something. Anyhow. We will figure out. So Halloween is going to be distributed with a pre-order, a pre-purchase link a day before the general release, and that way we can make sure more of these jeans end up in the hands of our most devoted fans.
Right. Okay, BD was asking about my shirt, and I want to talk about this shirt because this fabric is fantastic, and it's actually a brother to this fabric. It's the same base.
Yeah.
And it's called Soft Finish Classic Stripe.
Yeah, it's on. Let's just pull it up. I know we have them on tateandyoko.com. So let's see here. We have. This is the one I'm wearing right now, the Soft Finish Classic Stripe in taupe. And that's the one Risa's wearing in the men's shirt. And then, where is it? Maybe we don't have. Oh, she canceled it. Sorry, so Risa's wearing a sample that never got produced. But this, what I would say, is the next best thing.
Yeah.
It literally is the next best thing because it is the fabric that I'm wearing.
Yeah. It's the same drapiness, same softness.
Super soft and nice. Very, very, very comfortable fabric.
And if you like this pattern, you can certainly wear it. Even if you're a woman, you can certainly wear men's version. I do it all the time.
That's right.
So basically the same fit.
Yeah. So there you have it. And, just to shout out Tate and Yoko a little bit more, a lot of new arrivals, some ladies' jackets here that just came in. I don't think we put a big spotlight on these yet, and I can 100% guarantee you these are the wrong prices.
A lot of women's styles. I think these days, I don't know, the pricing is really weird.
I think Brandon screwed up the pricing calculator, like how we calculate things on the ladies' collection, because the prices make no sense to me at all. But hey, you know what? It's online. That's the price. So go and get it. And these are some pretty cool jackets we have available right now. Balmoral jacket. Got that great corduroy detailing on the collar there, and just a pretty versatile jacket all around. So that just came out. We have it here in the natural indigo as well. So two options there. That's the darker slub neck rinsed, and then the natural indigo. We just got these. These toques are awesome. I'm gonna order this one.
Yeah.
I love this one so much. These are all handmade in Nepal. Mm-hmm. They're gorgeous, and the patterns are fantastic. And this is the kind of, they're a little pricey, hey, but you know what? This is the kind of thing that you're gonna have for a very, very long time. Yeah.
If you were to make that yourself, one, you can't make it that well, but two, it's going to take you hours and hours and hours.
That's it. Yeah. If you ask Grandma to make this for you, it's going to be a while. So just consider the time it takes to make something like this by hand, and then you factor in the price. It's going to start to make a lot more sense. Very, very comfortable. 100% wool, and it's going to keep you warm. And I think they look really awesome. They look really cool. And we got a bunch of new colors. We haven't had these in for a while. Last year, we tried to order them, and
we were just a little too late.
Chamulas told us they could only make a certain amount of them, and they were completely sold out. They just
like
couldn't.
at the booking time.
Yeah.
Like we book things like, 6 months ahead.
Yeah.
And then at that time it was like the capacity is gone.
So they just couldn't get any to us. So last year we missed out on getting new ones. This year we finally got them back, and I'm very happy to have them. Joy writes, I'm asking my grandma, but she can't knit. Oh, that's all right. Well, you know what?
It's hard to knit like that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
There's a lot of pattern going on. So just grab one of these, and you'll and then just tell everyone your grandma made it for you. That said, a lot of new arrivals, of course, the Fox fiber jeans. We've got some pocket tees. These yak fiber shirts are also really nice, super soft, and made with 10% yak. How often do you find yak shirts? Not very often. These are thick and chunky and very, very comfortable. And it comes with a nice price too. But I think this is a shirt that you will enjoy for very, very many years to come. So that's a pretty cool new release. And somebody earlier in the chat mentioned about the slub shirts. These are fantastic. This is my favorite one. Is this my favorite one or the green one? Sorry.
Green one's pretty
The green
cool
one's really
too.
nice too.
Very handsome.
Sorry, I'm going to show them both. But the texture on these is something that you're only, we try to show it off in the photos, but it really comes to life in your hands. They are very slubby and they're very textured, quite beautiful. The colors are great. Naturally, they look really nice with jeans here. Just roll up the cuff, white t-shirt, you're good to go. This is like a very Bezad go-to outfit. You can do no wrong with these. So that was the green. Let's check out. I really like this beige and navy brown combo, because again, I think this pairs up so nicely with jeans, and the cream makes it really fresh and nice for the fall as well. So do check out our new releases. There's a lot of great stuff in here as well. Or if you want to save yourself a little bit of money, check out our sales section. We've got all kinds of stuff in here at some great deals. I know our Labor Day sale has ended, but there's still a lot of new stuff that was added to the sale for that time, and it's still on sale. Maybe not as deeply discounted as before, but still a great deal. And if you're looking for anything, just use this. It doesn't show up on the thing, but if you click this over here, there's a drop down that's showing up on my computer, not showing up on my screen for some reason. But you can filter everything, and you can shop this way. We've got some great corduroys, these heavy flannels. Sometimes sizing is a little limited. Sometimes it skews a little bit smaller, but there's a lot of great options in here as well. So check it out. $62. You got to be a size small though. I would just say that if you are a size small, sometimes you get a lot of options on our website. But here you go. This is a great one. Small, medium, and extra large. Even if you're just going to wear this open, just getting it a little oversized, no problem. Great shirt here as well. I think I have this one myself. But yeah. There you have it. Okay. Canadian Penny says, sorry to say, I love you guys, but for those shirt prices, those shirts better fit in every way, and unfortunately, they don't fit me. Well, look, not everything's going to fit everybody. The prices are what they are. We are using some pretty high-end materials here,
we started to focus on more higher end materials for shirts, because we were making a lot of fun patterns that are lower in prices for a while, but it's just the production in Canada is very limited, and so that we don't have a lot of say in how much it's going to cost to make shirts in Canada, and because of that, we just can't compete with shirts that are made elsewhere in the world, obviously. But so it's a matter of our strategy. We could go for a regular fabrics that are cheaper in material costs, but we were to we we kind of like decided we can't compete on prices. We don't need to do like a lot of the same things that other people are doing. We should focus on the materials and the specialness of the fabrics.
Yeah.
So that's what we decided to do.
We really want to focus on just sort of the top end with our shirting. And it does come with that price. But I think if you handle them, you feel them, you see the longevity of these shirts, you'll see that over time they're not as expensive as you might think. And hey, you know what? Check our sales section every now and then. You might score a nice little deal on one every now and then too. Pedro writes, how's the Bezad special sales been? Are they slightly up or way up? I think the Bezad special has a hard time competing against the Hoochie Daddy shorts that Garrett and Terry so gallantly displayed. So as you guys know, we do alterations. You can go for Hoochie Daddy style if you want. Turn your jeans. You can go John Cena, get the jean jorts. You can go, I would say classic denim shorts. You can go Hoochie Daddy. That's the Garrett Terry style, or you can get the Bezad special, which we don't talk about. But it's a tough contest.
Compete with Hoochie Daddy styles, you might need to make a video or photos of that. But I don't think you're willing to go there.
No, I'm not paid enough for that. You know what? Even if I was, I'm a lady, and I'd like to remain a lady. Okay, you know what I mean. So there you go. I'm classy. Clearly. No, you guys just don't want to see this. It's no good. Rifle Matthew writes, can you talk about Wonder Looper new releases as well? We can talk a little bit about it. If you have a particular question, you can ask us here, or sign up for the Wonder Looper newsletter.
Yeah, we have a place for that kind of talk.
I just sent out a newsletter last night, talked about some of the new stuff that's coming out, scheduled for October. And on the Wonder Looper website, just scroll down to the bottom, there's like a release calendar link.
Yes.
And we talk about when things are going to be coming out.
Yeah.
We have a whole list.
We also made FAQ, frequently asked questions, because, we can all save time and effort to look there first if you have a question, and then if you still have a question, you're more than welcome to reach out to us.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay. Here's a fun question that I wanted to ask everybody. I thought this would be a cool topic for today. We've all been around the block when it comes to raw denim. Most of us. Some of us are a little bit newer. And I think for us, old heads out there, we provide our experience, our knowledge with some of the newer generation. I think that's our duty. What are some ideas you had about raw denim before getting into it, and how do you feel about those ideas today? Mm-hmm. That's a fun question. What are some ideas, conceptions, things you believed in before raw denim, and then did those things come to light? Were they true? Were they not true? Do you have a different feeling about it now? Let's talk about it. I think for me, the first thing I learned about raw denim was I didn't know what selvage was. I would say that when I really first got into it, I still didn't quite understand that this is how denim is before, right?
Yes.
I thought that somebody had made denim that was designed to fade, like, so that you can get, I thought it was this whole new thing. I thought it was, this is a creation that the jeans people made up, that when you wear your jeans, they become personalized. Because in my brain, blue jeans and stonewash, I'm like, that's just what jeans are. That's how they come, not quite understanding that they all start off in this dark blue, indigo fabric, and that it fades away to become those things. So I didn't understand any of that. And so I was like, okay, so you get these dark jeans that fade on things. Like your hands are going to be blue, they're going to fade. And when you wear them for 6 months, 6 months was the number, by the way, you go from having this dark jean to having this washed out, faded, ridiculous jean. That was my first understanding of raw denim. 6 months. It was going to go from nothing to full throttle in 6 months. And I found out that wasn't true. It wasn't going to happen in 6 months. Unless you're a turbo maniac. Yeah. And that this fabric is how denim starts. This is how it all began. This wasn't some new invention where someone was like, "Oh, fade your jeans yourself," and this is a new concept. No, this is just how it always was. Yeah. And we just never knew that.
Yeah.
So those are, I think I learned those things relatively quickly. When I was first introduced to raw denim, there wasn't a lot of resources, so I had to scour the internet and figure things out on my own, and a lot of it was, forums and just self-learning. You experience stuff yourself, you understand how these things start to work, and that was my first misconception, and then sort of realignment.
Mm-hmm. There was, I had no idea about raw denim until I got a job in denim company. And it was still, not a raw denim company. It was a denim jeans company. So it was just, learning from the basic of it. And I remember realizing these, because jeans, to me, had always been jeans. It was presented to me as the finished products always. So I never really and I also never really looked at it, and how when after I learned this, I would look at my jeans and I was like, okay, well maybe, but I never wore heavily distressed jeans that are imitating heavy fades. So even when I go, look at my own jeans, it wasn't super clear whiskers or honeycombs or anything like that was there. So I never really I didn't realize that those faint little gradation of colors were meant to be creases or anything like that. I was just I didn't even know. I didn't even notice that it was there.
Right. You know what I think is funny? Whenever you see really bad mall brand jeans with whiskers in random places, sometimes I feel not sometimes, every time I see that, I feel like the person who designed this jean obviously did not understand what it
was meant for. Right. I think
they saw a faded old pair of jeans, or they have the idea of it, and they know that jeans have whiskers on them, but they didn't make the connection between those are your natural wear patterns and creases
of where your joints are.
And so sometimes you'll just see random weird scratches all over these really terrible mall jeans, and I'm like, those creases don't make any sense. Exactly. They make no sense at all. Why did you do this? And so I can understand from the worker's perspective. The workers just do what you're told to. Okay, I do it. But some person had to design that fade pattern. They designed it, and they clearly had no idea how these things came to be. And
also another.
I would say that even proved that you could be in the industry, deep in the industry, so much that you're literally designing jeans and have absolutely no concept about how this stuff works.
That's true. But I also and then I got to know about raw denim, and I definitely, there were times that I overestimated people's understanding of raw denim also. I figured that everybody who wears clean dark jeans or denim heads that are breaking in new pair of jeans. And it's obviously that was not the case. Some people just like that crispy look, and then they move on once it starts to fade, or like they don't even like wear it to that degree.
Right. Yeah. That's true. I would say that, you know, you definitely see it in the West, but here in Japan, you see, I find I see a lot of ladies in dark indigo raw jeans, often selvage, usually pretty baggy and wide. And, like, they're not, like, heritage girls or anything like that. They're, you know...
It was just a look. Like, it still kind of is a look, but there was a time where, like, significantly, like, a trendy thing to wear, like, that type of jeans.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit wide, high-rise, like, dark indigo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big cuff, maybe.
Right. So yeah, not everybody wearing raw jeans is a denim nerd. That's for sure. BD writes, I thought all the indigo would rub off so much if I touched anything at all. I was so careful, and now I know that's not so extreme. And when to wash was something confusing, was somewhat confusing lore. Yeah. That was definitely a thing. People still get a little bit worried about that. Like, are these jeans gonna destroy everything around me?
Yeah.
Look, if you've got white leather seats in your Ferrari and you're wearing raw jeans every day, yes, it's gonna mark up your seats. If you've got cloth seats, you don't have anything to worry about. Leather, wearing the same jeans every day, it's gonna take time, but it's gonna build up. Like, we have leather seats in Tate and Yoko, like our work chairs and stuff. We had like these work chairs, like reupholstered with natural veg tan leather, and like they've patinaed and they've just picked up all kinds of indigo. But it took years and years and years of doing that. Like, if you're literally sitting in the same spot, leather chair, same jean, yeah, it's gonna mark it up. But if it's not like that, you have a dark black leather couch, something like that, you're gonna be fine. Even, like, to be fair, I would be worried a little bit about, like, a white canvas. White anything, you have to worry about it. So it's not just your jeans, you know, your drinks, your whatever, your snacks. It's all gonna stain up anything white. So, you know, don't worry that your jeans are gonna be the only thing that you know, cause some color transfer. But yeah, look, certainly certain materials, certain fabrics you got to be a little bit wary of. But sometimes people are like, oh well, what if I tuck in my white T-shirt? Is it going to get stained? I'm like, probably a little bit, but if
you wash it,
you're going to wash it, right? Like, the indigo that rubs off from the jeans onto your clothing is so loose. Obviously, it didn't dye the garment. It was just on top of it. It came right off. So whatever it transferred to your white T-shirt, throw that in the wash, it's going to be gone.
Yeah,
I would say that the only tough stuff is, like, you know, suede. If it gets into your suede, but look.
Yeah.
If you're wearing tough work boots and you're worried about them getting gunked up, I would say that kind of, like, they're tough work boots.
Yeah.
They're made to get gunked up.
In
right?
Like mud and stuff. So
if they get a little bit dirty, that's okay. Yeah. That's part of the ride. So don't worry too much about that. If you're worried about your Jordans getting stained, don't wear your Jordans. Right? Like, if you know what I mean? Like, to me, sometimes, like, they're worried about their sneakers. I'm like, but are you wearing them to wear them? Or are you wearing these to hold on and cherish and keep in mint condition forever? If they're hold on, cherish, and keep in mint condition forever, then don't wear them at all. Leave them in the box. Put them in a case. Look at them in your bedroom. Every now and then take them out and smell them. You know, do whatever it is that you do with your sneakers. I don't judge. Okay? We support all things here.
I mean, I can understand that. Like, I don't want my white T-shirt to stain, but it's also for wear. Like,
right.
You know, obviously, like, it will get stained, but I would like to prevent, you know, covered in spaghetti sauce all the time.
But, like, I would say that the same amount of, like, worry that you have to have with, like, staining your sneakers is from your jeans is like with like anything else in life. You know, you drop, you know, you're eating pizza and you drop some that's just me. Pizza oil stain. I get those all the time. That happens. You know, just walking through life, your shoes are going to get stained. If you're really careful with them, you know, you hit them with the protector on top. It helps you clean stains off of them. It doesn't prevent it, but a little precautionary stuff there. But I used to be really worried about it, and then I just realized that like sneakers are for wearing. And so if I'm going to wear them, they're going to get stained and things are going to happen to them. But I have to say that they've never stained so badly from raw jeans that I feel like my shoes were ever ruined.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of sneakers, as you guys know, and none of them are like, there's no like blue ring of death around,
Right. Like you said,
sneaker.
indigo is a very like attaching dye, and that's why you get these beautiful fades. And that's also why if it transferred to something, the likelihood of that molecule of indigo being there forever is very low as well. So if you want to don't want to see any blue on your white sneakers, just clean it every time you wear it with jeans or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just cuff your jeans so that it doesn't touch the white sneakers.
Yeah. Joy says, I tuck in all my shirts and I don't notice any problem. Then he follows up with, I work with sheet metal, so I get more blood stains than indigo. Well, there you go. If you're working with your hands, maybe dirt and blood, sweat are going to be more intrusive to your clothing than indigo stains are going to be. So yeah, there's a few ideas that we've thought about and maybe changed our minds on. I don't know what that is. Victor writes, I have 2 pocket tees waiting for me at home. My wife let me know they came in the mail today. I'm super excited. Well, there you go, Victor. I hope you enjoy them. Very, very fun shirts to have. Shank Cat writes, oof, yes, the old oxidized blood on the white t-shirt. Yeah, you got to hit it with some hydrogen peroxide to get that out, probably. Some nice bleaching agents to fix that. There was a question. I don't see who asked it, but I just remember reading it about somebody saying that they were pretty tall and they were worried about the length of the jackets. I don't.
Oh, the zip jacket?
No, denim jackets.
Oh.
We have. If you go to our Instagram, which we will, I'm gonna pull it up. I gotta find a picture of our boy, Tristan, and Justin, both very tall individuals. Justin here is like 6'3", 6'4". Like he's a tall guy.
He's very tall.
And
he's a small.
Yeah, he's slim.
So he doesn't wear double extra large or anything.
So
I think he's wearing medium here. Probably.
Yeah, so he's a very tall guy, and jackets fit him. It hits him right where it needs to. Sleeve lengths are good, so you can see just how tall he is here. In fact, this is not doctored in any way. To be fair, it wasn't doctored in any way. No. This is the actual photo. Is he this tall? You guys tell me. But he is a tall guy, and he wears our jackets pretty well. Here he is in the MIJ 10 jacket. You can see no issues here with length or anything. So if you're in the under 6'5" range, I would say that you're pretty good. Tristan, maybe I have a photo of him here somewhere else. Another one of Justin in the denim jackets here as well. So like, I don't think you'll have any issues at 6'2", I think you mentioned. I don't think you'll have any issues with with the length of our jackets. Again, look how tall Justin is. He's very tall. It's sometimes hard to accommodate him. It's such a great photo. Remember the long guy, everybody? I can't find it, but Tristan is another one of our staff members who's also quite tall, and he fits our jackets pretty good. So, yeah, I don't think you have anything. Terry's also tall. He's like 6'2", 6'3". He's also a tall guy.
6'3",
and fits no problem. So if you're on the taller side, don't worry. Just because I'm just because I'm 5'8" and fit the jackets good. Don't worry, you're 6'2", you're gonna fit those jackets just as good. You're gonna look just as good as me and Justin, and Tristan and Terry. We all look great. Here's Tristan. Tristan's tall guy. He's wearing our short coat, no problem. Fits me great, fits him great. It's the grading is done. I think our size grading is done quite well. We don't have a lot of issues with for taller folks. I'd say. I think we're pretty good in that realm. Okay. Tyler writes, my pair of MIJ10s arrived today. The first pair of denim that I've ever had on ice. This is the first pair of denim I've ever had on ice. Were they on? You just got them today. Are you putting them on ice? All right. Anyhow, let us know. Santana writes, the zip short coat is great if you want the denim jacket look with hand warmers, but want something a little longer. I have one. It's top tier. It's S tier. It's S tier. Yeah.
Well, our denim jacket have hand warmer pockets.
Yep.
Though.
They do too. Yeah. So there you go. Mike in WPB writes, the sizing for taller depends if you have a long torso or long arms. For me, I have a problem with tops. I'm 6'4", long torso, half to measure.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody's proportions are different. And, when we say, like, oh, it'll fit everybody, it's not going to fit everybody perfectly.
Yeah.
And also some people like certain fits.
Yeah. You know what I'll do? Maybe this week at Tate and Yoko, I'll have, like, the tall guys line up. Because Vince is also pretty tall, like 6'2", 6'3".
Too. I think Vince might be one of the tallest guys.
And
there.
he's thicker.
Yeah.
Right. So he's bigger than the other guys. So we'll have everyone lined up, from slimmest tall to biggest tall, and we'll obviously their proportions are a little different, and we'll show off how jackets fit.
But again, my point is that it's not a tailored clothes. It's not, your preference might be very different from other people's preference. With all of that said, again, this is not a tailored clothes. You should probably take this, notion of it has to hit here, it has to hit there kind of things. It's just, maybe if you find it like not fit our clothes, not fitting, that's your opinion. That's fine. We just can't accommodate everybody. Yeah. We try to though.
Yeah.
We do a pretty good job.
Yeah, I would say with denim, if it's 90% there, you're good.
Yeah,
like,
it's not. Yeah. It's not suits. It's not wedding gowns.
Yeah.
That needs to just literally fit you perfectly.
Yeah. I also find with jackets sometimes, even if the cuff is a little short.
Yeah, you probably most of the time.
Well, oftentimes you can roll it, but also if you're wearing like a sweatshirt or like a shirt, those cuffs are usually a little bit longer, and then they hang out the edge a little bit, and then it just makes a nice layering contrast.
Yeah, you also should look at like old school, like real like vintage guys where their stuff. It's just none of it fits.
But it looks cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Mo Gallery writes, just had the Frankenstein ecru arrive this week. Everyone I talk to keeps commenting on it. Would you consider adding a slubby ecru to the core collection? Cheers from Australia. Well, I'm glad you got a pair. There's a very fantastic pair, and again, though that level of slub is always the kind of jean that gets a lot of attention. Your friends, people who don't know anything about denim, they're always going to comment on it, tell you how cool it looks, which it does. So that's one thing I really like about that denim. Would we consider a slub ecru? I don't know if we would consider a slub ecru for core, maybe like a classic ecru for core, like the all natural ecru selvage. That could be a core contender. We'll see. I think the slubby stuff in ecru land maybe is more of a seasonal offering.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Rice W5 writes, a lot of tall people in Canada. It seems that way.
There's a lot more taller people in America.
Yeah, Americans I find are very tall.
I mean, there's like 10 times more people in America.
That's true. So maybe you just see him more. Okay. Guys, Risa and I have some news.
Oh.
It's
a bittersweet.
Bittersweet news. So, buckle up. But this is not the last episode of the Raw Denim live stream. But Risa and I are going to be retiring soon. So we've got 2 more episodes after this one. And then the Tate crew will be taking over that space. And Risa and I are going to be retiring from our positions at Naked and Famous. Now, you'll still find us on the internet. You know where to find us. And we're still going to be friends with all the Naked and Famous Denim crew. But life is short. And, there's things in life that we need to accomplish for ourselves. And we had to prioritize some of those other things in life. And, So just wanted to let you guys know here, give you the goods. We've been look, we're leaving Naked and Famous in some very, very capable and good hands.
Exactly.
This is the greatest team in my 15. I was there from the first employee, and not to dump on we've had a lot of good employees over the years. We had a lot of good ones. There was a few sad and sorry ones. And I would say that this current batch is a very, very good.
Yeah, as a team,
they just work so good together.
Very strong. Yeah. Everybody's bring on their positive attitude. Yeah. I really love the team now. That's I think part of the reason why it's so hard to leave right now, but that's also a reason why we can leave right now. Yeah. I feel
right, because we have a very we have a very smart team, and we have got a young generation in there, which is very good. So you're going to get some new perspectives on things as well. So that's what's going on. So you'll still find us here for this stream next week and the week after. Then Garrett and the team will be taking over. They might be doing it at a different time and date. But
that's something to be worked through in the next couple of weeks. So you will know by the time that we are our last episode that how the schedule's gonna go. It might change, it might not. Who knows? We'll see.
I'm just saying that you will probably still find us streaming at this time and hour.
Perhaps. It's hard for others to do this on Friday nights. We were able to do it because it's just 2 of us, and we are married to each other, so we don't have other partners to go home to. So I completely understand. I think that it's best for everybody if they would take over at another time that doesn't really mess up their social life. And then maybe we'll stay on this time because this is our time. I wouldn't miss it.
So anyhow, you'll probably find us on the find us on the Wonder Looper live stream streaming around this time, or maybe we'll start a different channel. Anyhow, we'll see. But you'll still find us talking about raw denim and the culture at large. So don't worry, we're still around. And we're still friends, obviously. With Naked and Famous is all very cordial. It's just
we have a good relationship. And for you it was 15 years.
15 years.
I worked here for 10 years. Good milestone, by the way. And we just we can't thank you guys enough for all of the support. It was just it's been really fun, and it's so rewarding to
be able to do this. The amount of people who we have friends across the industry and brands, and they're like, I cannot believe that you guys have so much to talk about every week that you can do this. And I'm like, man, you know, this is my life. You know, jeans and workwear and this whole thing that we have here. I love it, and I love sharing this information with you guys, and I love hearing back from you guys. And you know, I knew we were doing something right when the smart questions started coming through, and I'm like, yes, they know what's happening, they know how it works, and like, to me, it's so rewarding to be able to do that kind of stuff. And just, you know,
I also love that, like, sometimes, like, on the comment section, there's just like talking to each other in like a higher level. Like, you know, it's just like some question comes up and somebody else like answers it correctly. Yes. Or even better than we could ever.
Yeah. So I just love the community that we fostered here. And, you know, again, you guys have allowed us to make really, really cool stuff. Mm-hmm. If you guys weren't there, we'd have nobody to make stuff for. And because you're so knowledgeable and so into the process, we can make really cool stuff. It's impossible to sell this stuff to, I would call them normies. We're not normies. We the slight nuanced details to us are very interesting. And it's hard to explain that to people. I mean, you know, you like what you like, and that's what you like. You know, that sometimes that's just the bottom line. You know, whether it doesn't matter what it is, you like it, you like it. And you know, some people don't get it, but here we don't really have to explain that to one. Why do you like jeans? In this audience, hey, there's nobody. You know, I would say that's the weird thing, that like there's a million questions that come up every week, but that question never comes up. Why do you even like jeans? I don't know. I don't know. I just like them. Like, what do you want? So, like, you know, being here amongst other people who are we just love it. And so, anyhow, you guys we've brought a lot of people together, and it's just great to have this privilege to talk to all of you guys every week. Mm-hmm. And
so. And, you know, like, usually this announcement is done on, I would imagine, on the last one. Yeah. But we didn't want to wait till the last one because, you know, we just wanted to, like, I don't know, have this talk. It's in our life. Like, a lot of the times, what is going on in our lives, we talk about. So we just wanted to share that and maybe have, like, you know, a couple more.
Yeah. I was about to say I didn't want it to be an Irish goodbye, but I didn't know if it was an Irish goodbye or a Scottish goodbye. I think a lot of cultures take claim to that goodbye.
I think it's Irish goodbye. And I don't think Irish people take credit to that. I think it's just a thing. But Irish goodbye would have been that we'll be like, okay, see you next week, and then we never come back. That's the Irish goodbye. It's not saying goodbye.
It's just leave it. Yeah, it's just walking out. Yeah. It's like last episode would be.
Well, last episode telling is actual real goodbye.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not an Irish goodbye.
We had a funny idea. We weren't gonna do it, but it was a funny idea. So we have a new staff member named Sandro. You might have saw him on the New York City vlog.
Yeah.
And you know, he's got
a man
bun, got some facial hair. We're about the same age, similar build.
Height, yeah.
And then we have Tammy Wong, which everybody knows. And I thought it would be kind of funny if we just did a new live stream where we had Sandro and Tammy in our position, and we just say nothing.
just like, hey everybody,
we're here, back. And people would be like, wait a minute, what's going on? Are these the same? Yeah.
Is this the fake Naked and Famous Denim stream?
I really think we need to start the new live stream with those two just sitting there. So yeah. Chris Lauren writes, so is Wonder Looper your new sole focus? It's definitely part of it. Yes. So for people who are wondering, you know, Risa and I, we have our brand Wonder Looper, so that's been keeping us very busy. But there's also, you know, other life goals that we want to achieve while we can. John Chan writes, congrats on your retirement and next stage in your life. So who takes over your roles as chief creative officers? So Brandon has never not been that. So Brandon is always going to be there. And then Garrett and Tammy and the staff are all going to fill in these roles as well. So you might see some changes here and there. But also, just for your reference, like, collections, spring, summer 25, fall, winter 25, even into spring, summer 26, like Risa and I have our fingers in all of that. So, you'll still feel our, you'll still taste our cooking for a while, right? If you know what I mean. Even Godzilla collection, I'm working on that right now. So there's all kinds of stuff that, like, we're here. It might not be our day to day. Every now and then they might ask us a question or send us, an inquiry, and we're going to help out with that. So we're always in the atmosphere. That's sort of our position. Jameson writes, "Wow, I never really thought about you guys retiring someday. What a privilege it has been to be in the denim sphere at the same time as you. I'm gonna appreciate my JoJo jeans even more now." Well, thank you, Jameson, and everybody as well. I see a lot of well wishes. We're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? we're still going to be around. We're going to be around. If you want to follow our journey, you still can. And
even with Tate and Yoko, Naked Famous crew, it's not like our ties are cut. So maybe you'll see us around sometime. Yeah. But it's just the end of the official responsibilities of ours. So right. It's a big...
Stephen Kopelkamp writes, "You two are the reason I have an expensive and borderline unhealthy obsession with finely made clothing. So thank you. You are welcome." You are welcome. Peanuts writes, "Will the Bayzat special still be a thing?"
Yes. I think that will live on.
Yeah, most of us are not living by the first rule of the Bayzat special.
That's true.
And that is, you don't talk about the Bayzat special.
I thought first rule was like, if you have to ask what it is, you can't afford it.
Yeah, that is the first rule. But the second rule of the Bayzat special is we don't talk about the Bayzat special. If you know, you know. And that's it. So yeah.
Someday maybe they'll be like talking about Bayzat specialists. Like, who's Bayzat?
Yeah, there might be a book one day, the 100-year history book, and then there will be a picture of one. There'll be a picture of a Bayzat special in the book, like a nice, beautiful photo of it, and then my face right in the corner, and then that's my contribution to the denim world. Right there, that's it, guys. If there's nothing I want to be known for, I don't know how that phraseology works. But if there's anything I want to be known for, it's definitely the Bayzat special. That will be the quote under the photo. That'll be on my gravestone. That'll be it. The Bayzat special. Okay. Joy writes, "Will you be at any meetups in the future?" Sure. We're gonna be around. We're not disappearing. I would say that we're gonna be around. That's all I can say about that. The Bayzat and Risa we have at home, that blonde dude. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but yeah. Pedro writes, "Life is indeed short. People have, 70, 80 years, if lucky. I was legit thinking about that the other day. What would the brand be without Bayzat and Risa?" Right. We are only on this planet for a certain amount of time, and we got to do as much as we can with that time, for sure. What would the brand be without us? Look, the brand is very, very strong. 10 years ago, we're still an up-and-comer, but I think we're established now, and we have, we've got all the resources, we've got a great team, we have a machine that runs, and so long as we're feeding the machine the right kind of fuel, which we certainly can do, and I think our team is more than capable of doing, we're gonna keep bringing you guys the hits. So don't you worry. There's a lot of great stuff coming through. Of course, we've talked about all the stuff that's in progress right now. All that's still coming. So, yeah. We'll anyhow, we're not gone yet. This live stream, we still got a couple episodes. They're still gonna find us. We're still gonna talk about all the things that you love. So don't you worry. Melody writes, because of you both, I discovered raw denim. Thank you, fan for life. Well, thank you, Melody. We're glad to have known you, and everybody who's look. There's people in this chat where I'm like, if I ever meet you in real life, I'm calling you by your username. I would feel very odd not calling you by your username.
When we had like the meetups in New York, there were people who are just like, I guess I know you, but I've never met you, and I don't know your real name. So it's like, nice to meet you, but like weird. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of funny like that online, but some people's names are probably real.
Right,
but,
that's true.
Yeah.
BD writes, fast track the toxic elephant for current state of fade. Well, toxic elephant might not be exactly, but King Ghidora for Godzilla collection is going to be sort of an update to the toxic Avenger denim. So that's the plan right now. So if you want that triple alternating twill denim, it's going to come back King Ghidora form. That is that's the current plan. Plans can change, but that is the current plan.
But I think what he wants is the 20 ounce heavyweight. Right. Yeah. So I don't know.
Never,
keep bothering the next generation.
Yeah. Right. And you know who to bother also, because we will have a new set of hosts that you can bother, and it's no bother. I shouldn't say bother, but you can keep reminding us about the things that you want. And that's the other thing, that because of this connection we have with you guys, whether it's Risa and myself here or Garrett and a variety of cast members, we're always listening to your feedback. We're always hearing what you guys want, and we know who we're making products for. So the recipes won't. The recipes, nothing needs to change too much. It's all we're gonna keep delivering the hits. Okay. All right. Kenny Ingram, can someone please confirm it's not April 1st?
It's not.
Sorry. Anyhow. Sorry. It's a weird thing to drop.
Yeah, in the middle of the live stream.
In the middle of the live stream. I should have left it at the end. Sorry about that. See, we lost a lot of viewers. The viewers were like, oh, these guys are out. Everyone's out. Sorry. It's a little bit of a heavy topic, but I feel like we had to bring it up at some point. It has been sort of something we've been planning on for a while, and we've been training the staff back at HQ for a while. So that was part of we were in Montreal and back on that side of the planet back in July. So we were doing a lot of that stuff then as well. Juan Puedo writes, if it wasn't for Bayside and Risa, I would have never gotten addicted for raw denim and high quality knitwear. By the way, can't wait for that 40 ounce. I appreciate you guys for everything you have done for this community. Well, thank you very much, Juan. And anyhow, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. You know where to find us. Joey Decay writes, hit the like button for the Bayzad and Risa new adventures. There you go. You guys know what to do. Don't hit the dislike button.
Nah.
Hit the like button.
Is there a dislike button
there
on live stream?
Yeah, there's like a thumbs down.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't do that. Hit thumbs up. We like up. Only up. River Freak writes, the Mono no Aware episode for raw denim live stream. Bittersweet, just like denim aging and fading. Yeah, it's
nothing stays the same.
Nothing stays the same. You're right. Okay. Chris Lauren writes, we got Bayzat and Reset retiring before we get the 40 ounce. LOL. Don't worry. The 40 ounce is coming. This is coming. Okay. I'm gonna bring up Brandon, and then I'm gonna show off some other stuff that's going on, guys. It's coming. It's right here. It's being made. 40 ounce is in the works. We're filming it. We're making it happen. We not speak English so good, me, but even though we might not be around by the time the first pair comes out, they're still coming out. It's not contingent on us. And then Brandon just posted this glow in the dark stickers. New stickers just came in. Glow in the dark. That's great. We got to get some scratch and sniff stickers. That would be another good one. So I guess if you're making purchases through Tate and Yoko right now, there's some glow in the dark stickers.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. So there you have it. Yeah, go and follow Brandon because he posts every now and then.
He doesn't know how to tag or nothing.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. He'll get it. Hey, look at this old picture of me and Brandon. I don't look so happy.
Old.
It's not that old. That was like in the last winter.
This year.
Yeah. We're in a very happy place, which is a candy store.
Yeah.
This was economy candy in New York.
And both of you look
miserable. I think we're just tired. It was a long day. Even though we're just buying a lot of candy, which I did. I still have a 1 pound Reese's peanut butter cup from this place.
Mm-hmm. We didn't buy this then also.
Yes, I did.
This time?
Yeah.
I thought we bought it before that.
No, this time. It was a giant Reese's. It was a 2-pack. It's like 2 half-pound cups.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
We ate it like a cake.
Yeah.
One of them.
We served it, and you can't eat that by yourself. That's too much. But if you are in New York, go to Economy Candy. Economy Candy, great place. They have all kinds of candy, and if you like candy, you'll like this place. But back to Naked and Famous Denim Land Instagram. We just released a new wide trouser for ladies, and check this out. We got the fit from Artisan Deluxe. They just got them in, and they put together this little short clip here, and they just look how good they fit. So if you are looking for a wide trouser for yourself or for maybe a lady in your life, these are them, and you can see how nicely they fit. They're available on Tate and Yoko. They're available, of course, on Artisan Deluxe.
If you see this on your feed, it's not a spam or nothing.
Yeah, it's not spam. They tagged us in it, so we shared it.
It's just the starting point is a little spammy.
It's a little bit, but it's the real deal. It's our stuff. And go, you know what? Before you get them at Tate and Yoko, go get them at Artisan Deluxe because they made this great video, and they're showing them off real nice. So go and support Artisan Deluxe, great retailer of ours. They carry a lot of our products, and they've been supporting us for a long time. So check it out. Get a pair of the wide trousers or your next pair of Naked and Famous Denim jeans at Artisan Deluxe. So yeah, new ladies trouser available now. Okay, that was a good segue. Just, Rice W5 writes, nice stickers, reminds me of the whole dial watch loom. Oh yeah, that's true. A nice loom, a nice, a Timex Indiglow. Remember when Indiglow was all the rage? Is it going to show up? A little bit. Anyhow, Indiglow. I always thought that was a cool feature when I was a kid. I also liked that word, Indiglow. Mm-hmm. Good.
Why is it called Indiglow?
It's just their term. I don't know. It just sounds nice because it's kind of like a blue, so like indigo, and then it glows, so Indiglow.
Is it kind of like blue?
Yeah. If you see it in the right light, it's kind of like a blue.
It's always green to me.
Okay. Rifle Matthew writes, made me think about the time I met Brandon in 2015 in San Francisco. He would maybe at Azalea.
Yes.
Azalea was a store in San Francisco that used to carry a lot of our products there.
Yeah, they no longer exist.
Yeah, right? I think they're. Yeah, I think the pandemic did them in.
Pesky pandemic.
That pesky pandemic. That I have to say, like over 15 years, that was the scariest. The first couple of months of that was the scariest time.
Yeah.
I could remember
I think
the
for any business,
yeah.
to be fair. But yeah, we had to close our factory. We had to let some people go, obviously, even though, that was temporary. But, we didn't know that, how long it was going to last. Obviously, it lasted longer than we thought.
It was, we didn't know what was going on, what was going to happen. Obviously, nobody did. And
we did end up losing a bunch of our retail partners through that. So
it was very tough. And I remember one thing that drove me nuts. Well, I mean, a lot of things drove me nuts during that time. I'm sure many of us felt that way. But I'm gonna throw some shade. Shade time. I remember very specifically, the government was, and this is my favorite topic. It's the government, by the way. They were putting out all these, these bits on the news. Oh, if you have a factory, if you, have the capacity to do X, Y, Z, this, that, and the other thing, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We want to ramp up our, production for all these things that we need. Got it. Understood. We have a factory. We can make those things. And they're like, we have set up a website on thing that you can reach out to. And, let us know what your capabilities are, yada, yada. Great. Let's go to that website. Click on it. Oh, if you can do... it just created like a circle where like you clicked on it to like submit your information, and then it took you to another page, which was basically like the first front page, and it just cycled you around. There was no way for you to like get your information to them. And of course, you couldn't call or message anybody. Like I called MPs and things like that. Nobody got back to me. Nobody wanted to hear from me. Nothing. And then I would see on the news. Literally, like, I would say famous companies, Canadian companies, somehow they had all these government contracts immediately. They were making all kinds of stuff. Their factories were able to run. And I was like, how is it that yesterday you put out the call for people to contact you so that we can get stuff done, and then like the next day, or practically the next day, my mind's a little fuzzy, I see camera crews in these businesses and they're already making stuff. I'm like, how are they already making stuff? You just put the call out. Nobody's answering us about anything. I think, and here's what I think, I'm just throwing it out there, that they already had the contracts. The government already had friends with these people. They already knew who to call. And they said, hey, we're going to give you a ton of money. You're going to make all of this kinds of stuff for us. But because we don't want this to appear like this was a contract that we just handed to our friends, we're going to, put these, stories out that we're looking for people. And so, like, I was just so frustrated by that. And then, like, there was a whole, like, I forget what it was, but anyhow, they had when in order to like get back into the country, you had to be like quarantined for like 14 days or something, 14, 21 days, whatever it was. It was some long amount of time after getting like multiple COVID tests on top of that. And then on the news, like you just had like you would see these stories of like these CEOs and like important people from other countries like bypassing all that. Like they're just coming in the country willy-nilly, and I'm like, okay, like we're here in Japan. We want to get back to Canada so that we can, like, have some boots on the ground and try to not die as a company. And we just couldn't get in. And I was just that drove me nuts. Just drove me absolutely nuts. And the fact that, like, nobody would get back to you. Nobody would write back to you. So that was a very, very scary time for us. Luckily, it turns out that everybody being at home and being sent free money from the government, not everyone got free money, but a lot of people got the stimulus checks and things like that. Turns out that that was really good for online sales. So ultimately, it worked out. The first little while, terrifying, because sales, it went from like normal days to like, oh, this is scary. Like all of our wholesale orders, everyone's basically canceling everything. They don't know when they're going to reopen. They can't take in goods that they don't know if they can sell them. And like, I would say that in the business world, the people who get screwed are the manufacturers, like in our position. It's not like I can go back to my factory and say, hey, I can't use this fabric that you made for us. Well, we made it. You have it. That's yours, right? So when the retailers cancel, we get stuck with the goods. It's just one of those things. What am I going to say to them? They can't be open. And so we have all this inventory. Online sales are down. People don't know what's going on. They're getting laid off from their jobs, being sent home, whatever it is. And we are just like, wow, this is some storm we have to navigate. Anyhow, luckily, we navigated it. Mm-hmm. We made it through. A lot of retailers didn't make it through. And I'm... Anyway, I'm still not I will never forgive what happened. And there's just so many people that got hurt, and people that we know who got hurt through this whole thing that didn't happen. Anyway, looking back is vision is 2020, I guess, but still, that was the scariest time in Naked and Famous Denim history.
Mm-hmm. But we're still here. So let's not dwell on that. And so people apparently found us through pandemic, being at home, having access to internet all the time and watching YouTube.
Yeah. There were some benefits, definitely some benefits that came from the darkness.
Also, jeans-wise, people were had way more time to wear jeans at home because they were at home and they could wear whatever they wanted. And
right. We can talk about the benefits of the pandemic, right? And to be fair, we don't know what the world would be like otherwise, so we only deal with the world that we got. So I don't know if things are better or worse in contrast than if things worked out a different way. But that said, number one, I think we had time to really focus on live streaming. We went from Instagram lives to YouTube lives. We created more content, better content. A lot of people found us during that time. So that was a lot of fun as well, just, meeting and being introduced to a lot of you people. And jeans wearing definitely went up. In the news, it was all athleisure. Everyone's wearing athleisure. I'm sure that went up like crazy. But I think for a lot of people who didn't have to go to the office anymore, they got to stay at home. Maybe they're wearing their jeans at home more. And that made them very happy. And so that kind of stuff definitely helped. Brenton writes, working from home was the best outcome. There you go. BD writes, Toxic Avenger was my first pandemic jean. It was, I think that jean suffered from the release of that jean suffered from the pandemic.
When was it released? I don't remember.
It was right before the pandemic. I don't remember exactly, but it was within a couple of weeks.
Oh,
and
a couple weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's 2020.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was I have a feeling it was February 2020 or something that came out. And by March 2020, the world had changed, right?
Toxic.
Yeah, and everything, March, April 2020, business-wise, was flush it down the toilet. We have no idea. It was just a loss. I just remember, there was just this one day where I'm checking the website, and the sales. It was like a spike, just a straight up spike in the air, and I'm like, what? I'm like, is there a mistake on the website? My first inclination was maybe I had somehow marked things down improperly. Maybe someone's taking advantage of a coupon code. Maybe, you know what I mean? There might have been a coupon code in the air and someone put it on Reddit and people are just buying everything for 50% off, And I'm like, what is going on? And then I turn on the news and there's there's stimulus checks being sent out in America. And I'm just like, oh, everyone's getting money. And they're just immediate. I mean, that's what it was for, right?
To stimulate
the economy. Right. So, I mean, it did it. it did it. But yeah, a lot of people bought a lot of jeans with that, and cryptocurrencies. That maybe depending on when you got in and out.
Whoa.
But yeah, the government paid for a lot of cryptocurrency that went bust. Some of it didn't, but a lot of it did.
Snowy.
Hey, Snowy.
Juan Puido says, I met my wife during the pandemic.
There
It's
you
very
go.
Sweet.
That's very nice. Rice W5 writes, my TV broke when the pandemic started, so I couldn't buy a new one and used tablets for TV ever since then. All right.
That works.
Yeah, that works.
The tablets
Yeah.
are getting bigger.
The tablets are getting bigger. I find that I never use a tablet.
I use my tablet computer to watch YouTube on the side.
Yeah, but yours is like a Surface, so it's like an actual laptop.
It is a computer, yeah. I used it as a full-on computer, but yeah, it's, I don't know. Right now, it's being used as a TV watching device, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, Mike writes, I wonder what size clothes Wonder Looper will be making in, say, 9 months. Oh.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Don't speculate.
Yeah.
Don't speculate. Pedro writes, I had the Toxic Avenger jean, but I should have went one size bigger. I ended up selling mine on eBay. So sad. Yeah. Anyhow, I would say that those are some, back to misconceptions that we had, before getting into raw denim. I would say the another big one that not just I learned, but I think a lot of people have learned and are still learning. I wish more people would learn this lesson, is that I saw the other day on a forum, somebody was like, should I size down? And just don't do it. Like, when we started in raw denim, the common advice, the smart advice was, buy them as tight as humanly possible. Barely be able to do up the button, and then they're going to stretch out. I think we've all learned that was some really terrible advice. Don't do that. Never do that. If you're even in the mentality of, I should get a size down, stop. Don't just pump the brakes. Hit the brakes really, really hard. Turn the wheel, swerve so that you crash into whatever you're getting in front of you so that you stop as fast as possible. And then walk away uninjured. Everybody uninjured, because this is a hypothetical. Nobody gets hurt. I'm just saying, stop. Okay? You're doing it wrong. If it's too small, if you're expecting them to stretch out to fit, you're going to have a bad time. Make sure your jeans button up comfortably, or even a little bit big. A little bit big is my personal stance right now. That way, you've got room, comfortable right off the start. You can tuck a shirt in if you want to. If it's a little big, you put on a belt. You're fine. If they're way too big, that's one thing. But if they're a little big, you can put like 2 fingers in the waistband. No problem. That's a good size. If you're struggling to do up the waistband, no good.
No good.
It's too small. You're putting too much stress on the fabric, too much stress on those buttons. You're gonna look like Vincent.
Too much stress on yourself also.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna look like Vincent. This got to be like a little late.
That's a deep track. You gotta understand Vincent's propensity for tight jeans. Sometimes they're not tight when he gets them, but they've become tight over time. That's just a time thing. But you want to make sure your jeans are comfortable. And the more comfortable your jeans are, the more you wear them, the better they fade, and the longer they're going to wear. You're going to be able to wear them for longer. Even if you have a good meal, you're not going to be able to not wear them. They're not going to be uncomfortable. So keep those things in mind. E writes, I made that mistake with a pair of Elephant 6s. Right.
Yeah.
Right?
I think,
we've all, every one of us here, every single one of us here has made that mistake. I'm trying to end that mistake from happening anymore. So there you go. That's an important PSA. If I ever had an important PSA.
Well, BD has a question for Snowy.
Okay.
What are your plans, Snowy?
I think his plans are to continue to sit here, sometimes be on camera, and wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day.
So nothing changes.
Nothing changes. He will still
without this live stream.
Yeah, with or without it, guys. Even with or without it, he jumps on this table
all of the time,
all day.
If two of us are sitting here, he's always here.
Yeah, you will not miss him. Jeremy writes, glad the skinny trend is out of style, accidentally on trend now.
Yeah, exactly. No,
So-
actually, he likes the looser fit, and he's accidentally on trend now.
Oh, right.
Everybody wears things loose.
That said, I've done a recent sort of, maybe I can pull it up. I did a recent just analysis of our best-selling fits, and it's kind of interesting because the super guy is still pretty good, still popular. It's not it might not be the trend. It might not be the hot new, trendy article of clothing to wear, but it still makes up, in terms of breakdown of super weird, easy, true guy, and strong guy. Strong guy is the trend. That is the trendiest thing going right now, and it makes up 7% of our sales. 7% of our fits is strong guy, and now that's not nothing, but.
And considering how little we offer in strong guy, it's not. It's pretty good.
Right, but super guy, which is a skinny fit, which is not on trend, makes up 23% of the business. 23% of our business is still super guy.
Well, 23% of our jean sales.
Yeah, not of our business, of our jean sales. So just because something's trendy doesn't mean it's the hottest selling thing in the world. I just think that super guy and skinny fits have went from being trendy to being part of sort of the lexicon, part of the foundation. If you got a slim build, slim fits look good on you. I'm not, you know what I mean? They look good. I'm not gonna deny that. If you want to keep up with the Joneses and switch your style all the time, then you might be wearing strong guy today. But if tomorrow skinny fits were the trend again, those same guys wearing those loose baggy jeans are back into skinny jeans, right? They're not sticking around. To be fair, some of them do. Every time there's a trend, there's always somebody who sticks around that trend. But the point is that, I'm not going to hate on skinny jeans. I think they fit a certain body type, and I think that they're going to be around for a long time. I'm not stopping how much we offer in Super Guy, for example. So yeah, that's just kind of the way it is right now.
We're not looking at what's trending on Instagram to decide what we make and sell. We look at our own records, and our records show that people still like jeans that are
that sort of fit their fit their bodies.
And I think it's there's I think about if it's a strong guy, you can't really if you're going to a business meeting, you can't wear strong guy. I think you can wear super guy.
If you're a bigger guy and it's I would say if strong guy is proportionate to you, then it's proportionate to you. I think it looks fine. But if you're slim and you're wearing them as a baggy jean, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's also, strong guy's been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. Over, I think, 7 or 8 years, it's been part of our collection. Yeah. It just, it's always been kind of in the background, for people who want that fit, we had it. But because it's sort of trendy in the trendosphere right now, we're getting more people on it. But I think what will naturally happen is the people who are buying it for trend they will look. There's the really trendy people who are just going to hop onto the next thing, and then a lot of people are going to go from strong guy to true guy, because the true guy's a little bit more like, hey, if I'm going to go into that office meeting or whatever, this is a lot more appropriate. Or like maybe you're a younger person, you're in your late teens, early 20s, you're into strong guy because you want that like very trendy look. But as you get a little bit older, you're like, well, I don't want to look like I'm so young. And then they're into true guy, right? So true guy's also been a powerful force for us.
Yeah.
And I would say that sometimes what we're seeing is people who graduate. A lot of people graduate from like super guy or weird guy or even easy guy into true guy. Sometimes it's a super guy because like it is a slim fit, so sometimes it trends a little bit younger. And as those guys get older, they just want something that fits them not as slim, but they still want like a straight-ish fit. So true guy works for them. Weird guy, true guy, I find like sometimes a very similar customer. You might just want something a little bit wider at the bottom.
Yeah.
The rise is also a little bit different, but
yeah, weird guy I think it will continue to be the best-selling fit, just because it is shaped like a leg. It's not skinny, but it's also not like true straight, where like the leg opening is, roomy for your ankle.
Yeah,
I think the basic part doesn't change. And the fact that weird guy has been the best-selling fit from the start, 15 years ago till today, is just shows you how menswear is very, very strongly like towards like the classics.
Men like what they like. I think women like what they like, but men really like what they like.
Women changes what they like a lot.
Men are like, this is what I wear, this is what I wear. I found my fit, I found my whatever it is, this is what I want. Like they like consistency, and like if you're a weird guy, you're a weird guy. Maybe you'll dabble in true guy here and there, but weird guys are weird guys. And so Mike writes, can they make a weird guy with a true guy top block, please? Anyhow, I wouldn't say we always, but look, if there's little tweaks here and there, like sometimes we do those little things. The weird guy hasn't always been the same fit through its history. The rise has definitely gone up over time. If you find a weird guy from like 2012, it's not going to be the same weird guy as today. Just like I would say the Levi's 501 jean has seen 1,000 iterations. It's not the same jean as it was, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 100 years ago. It always changes a little bit. It changes with the time. So we if we have to make little tweaks here and there to our fits, we do that. Okay. Pedro. Once the majority of my super guys fade out / get worn out, I'm done with them, and I'm probably keeping one out of the 3 that I own. All right. Well, there you go. Maybe you'll get into true guy. Maybe you'll get into true guy. All right, guys. I want to hop into a snack time. Let me.
Okay, you go get it.
I'm gonna go get something.
I don't know what today's snack time is actually.
I do know.
Huh. All right, let's hope for a good one today. Is it a drink? Who knows? Snowy is very much relaxed over here. Look at this. Look at this move. Ooh. Yeah. Anyways, I tried something. And I might have messed it up.
No, it's fine. Everything works. Okay, we've got 2 options today. You guys make the pick. Both spicy, because you guys like spicy options. We've got a new version of Caramucho. So these are kind of a spicy treat, but they are not a regular Caramucho, which is usually like a potato stick. Sometimes, and they also come in potato chip form, but this is kind of like a layered potato chip. Sometimes they call them turtle chips. In the West, I've seen them around in like the Korean grocery stores. What do they call them here?
Air something.
Ariel. So it's kind of like this layered chip. It's kind of interesting. I don't see these too much in the West, but spicy Carmucho version of them. And then we've got the Koi Kea spicy wasabi with seaweed potato chip. Now this is right up Risa's alley. James and Keating writes, they look like Ariels. Those are Ariels. So this is the Koi Kea wasabi seaweed potato chip. So 2 spicy options, different spices. You guys be the green bag, red bag, green bag, red bag. Let's see in the chat. What do you guys like, green or red? Green or red? Jameson writes, the cheese Ariels are one of my favorite snacks. They are a very good snack.
Ariels are very good. I like them a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Junior writes wasabi all the way. We've got Gabriel saying wasabi. Oh man.
They're both
green.
by the way.
Okay, but there's a lot of.
Okay.
Green is winning.
Yeah. I guess.
Okay.
All right.
Green has won. Okay.
Wasabi.
Voting has ended.
I don't think it's necessarily very spicy. It's a very strong flavored series, so it's like, I guess, very salty.
Yeah, there's not a lot of wasabi chips in the West. Am I right? I don't feel like I see them out there.
That's true.
So,
True.
right. Okay, so let's do it.
I don't smell wasabi so much. Maybe just like a little hint. More seaweed,
Yeah.
I guess. Seaweed chips also is not very common flavor in the West, but seaweed chips are very good.
I love them. Seaweed chips here in Japan are very good.
He doesn't even like seaweed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't snack on seaweed like you would snack on seaweed. But seaweed chips are great. Nori chips are very, very good. You can definitely go to your local Asian market. They're going to have them. Get them.
Yeah.
Get them.
Consomme
Yeah.
and seaweed, it's a flavor that you don't see in the West, which I don't understand. You should get it.
And
It's so
honey butter.
Yes.
Honey butter potato chips are like eating candy. And they're very popular here.
Yeah.
And you just don't see them in the West. I have to say that, this bag, no broken chips in there.
Yeah, but it doesn't
all
have many chips.
Perfect.
It's
I
like
guess
20 chips.
I guess that's how you do it. Look at that. Look, it's like a heart. It's my love for all of you guys.
Aww.
It's a very finely spiced chip here. And it's pretty thick. It's got a nice thickness to it. So there you go.
All right.
Let's give these a try. We got wasabi seaweed flavor.
It does get the wasabi flavor right away.
Yeah.
It's like on my lips, basically. It didn't even make it to my tongue.
It's not the spiciest though. It's a nice amount. Like you get a little hit of it. It's mild. My sinuses are open a little bit, but I'm not burning here. I would say that like spice level is a 3 out of 10. Very mild. Like if you can't handle spice at all, you can handle these.
Well, I mean, like wasabi spice is very different from like
Yeah,
chili pepper.
but some
spice.
people can't handle wasabi at all. Like it really it's
Yeah.
it's very
And it-
minty. I would say in a way that it opens you up.
You don't feel it so much. Like
Yeah.
real wasabi, you don't feel it so much in your mouth. It's you feel it in your nose.
Yeah. So I like this. Nori flavor is good. Crunch is good.
This one I feel it in my mouth though, like maybe because it's artificial wasabi, but it's more like you get the hint of like heat in your mouth, but it's not coming up.
Oh, I feel it.
You feel it?
Yeah, I feel it. Junior writes, I hate wasabi. BD writes, this is an 8-1 chip in my mind. I'm not going to go all the way 8-1. I would say that it's not an 8 land. high 7, 7.8.
I'm gonna go lower than that.
Really?
Surprisingly, I like wasabi flavored things.
Mm-hmm.
There were like a rice puff snack that's like a peanut rice puff snack that flavor that's wasabi. Like I was obsessed with it. I would eat it all the time. This one, it's just like it's a very surface level wasabi. It's not hitting me so well. And as a seaweed taste, it's fine. It's not nothing special. There's a lot other delicious seaweed chips.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with like I don't know, 7.0.
Okay.
7.0.
Flat 7.
It's
All
fine.
right.
It's
Well, there you
good.
go. So, anyways, a good chip. If you see that in your local market, go and get it. James and Keating writes, honey butter Calbee chips are goated. I agree. That is a very high level, top tier potato chip.
Do you like Ruffles sour cream and onion or Calbee honey
Sour
butter?
cream and onion. That is a better chip.
The base of the chip. I wish they would make the honey butter in this kind of
thick ripple chip.
thick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Ruffles sour cream and onion, that's the top tier.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Rifle Matthew writes, there was a limited run of wasabi and ginger Lay's chips around 2014 that I loved.
Ooh,
That
ginger. That sounds
like
great.
a great combination. Fixed Spiral writes, I heard Lay's is doing a limited run of honey butter.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, if you
Smart
see
people.
it, go and get it. Stephen Kopelcam says, Lay's brought out honey butter in the USA. Tastes like kettle corn to me. And everyone loves kettle corn. So there you go.
It's addictive.
Jameson writes, Risa, that's a solid idea. Someone get in touch with Ruffles ASAP. Just give him a call. Okay, everybody, we're going to leave it there. It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
As always, it's been a pleasure. We'll be back again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel right here on the Naked and Famous Denim YouTube channel for the weekly Raw Denim live stream brought to you by Naked and Famous Denim, the maker of such fine glassware as this one
and this
and this one. And you can get them today at tateandyoko.com. We'll see you guys again real soon. Have yourselves a merry little evening. Have yourselves a nice weekend. Do something nice for yourselves and do something nice for somebody else. And we'll see you guys real soon. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.